I always hear Amy Phillips, if you listen to Reality Check on Sirius, if you haven't yet, it's super fun. You should listen. Alyssa and Jameson are on there, and Amy's amazing. Anyway, she always says coming live from the cheetah room. So in my classroom, I have a lot of this stick and peel, like sticker wallpaper stuff that we use. What is it called? Contact paper, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all it is. So I'm in the cheetah room like Amy Phillips.
That's what that is contact paper?
Yep.
Did you go look for it specifically for that?
No, I was using it to decorate the classroom. Like, we have ugly, like, file cabinets and shelves, and so I've always put the paper on because I'm a weirdo. Yeah. I like that stuff.
Oh, I like it. I think that fits you, too, because you wore that leopard or cheetah print, is that what it is? A dress Sunday night. And
what does Sonia say? Leopard is my neutral.
Neutral. I love it.
That's my neutral. It suits you. Thank you, Charlotte.
Fluffy said something about Housewives, Beverly Hills. I got about 20 minutes into it tonight. For some reason, I thought the reunion started tonight.
I thought so too. What is it then?
It's another show. It's a Birkin and Bubbles show. Or wait, was that last week? Am I a week behind?
The last Wednesday was the finale, I thought, where Lisa confronted Kathy on Kyle's couch. That was.
I know, but the finale always says something about them, like it gives an update of them, like such and such continues to have their divorce or blah blah blah.
Right.
Tonight was the finale. Is that what you meant, Fluff?
I'm not sure. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah. Oh, since you love kitties.
I
got about 20 minutes in. Garcelle is hosting a Birkin bag and Bubbles party. It looks like Kyle's about to host an event at her home, and she's got chandeliers hanging from the trees. All I know is one day I want to force myself to host a party like that and have chandeliers hanging from my backyard trees.
Oh,
Don't know what it costs. And I think people would die in my subdivision like, oh, my God, who has chandeliers hanging from their trees? I'd be like, the housewives do. Do you think like birthday parties and parties have like been up to notch the last 15 years since housewives have been on?
Put your nails up, please.
Oh.
I love it.
I went black. Let me see if I can show you my toes. Let me see. This could be an OnlyFans. Is in there a feet fetish thing? See my toe?
I see your big toe.
It's like metallic glitter. It looks like a whore like dress like that Kathy Hilton would wear, like very
club,
just like sequiny, very sequiny, like a something or other. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. And tomorrow the roots are getting done, although they're really not looking too bad.
I know. I don't see anything.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have her do. I forget what they call it. What's it when they do a little strip right there? My kids have told me the name. It's usually like a highlight. It looks better in pictures.
Right. I don't know. I always called it a skunk.
No, not that crazy. She did it on me one time, and I didn't know what it was because it was pretty subtle, and my kids told me it's called something.
I used to do that. I would take this part right here in a square and dye it like bleach white and then have that a skunk look. That's what we did.
Very cute.
When are you going to New York?
October 13th. Thursday before it starts.
Yes. Someone was saying it's called a money
piece. You're right, Lisa. That's exactly what my teenagers told me it's called. The money piece.
Why is it called a money piece? That's how you make your money? Oh, okay.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, the big piece. Oh, no. Oh, jeez Louise. Hi, Brandy.
Shout out, Chumpets. Okay, well, let's get started with the show. Today was producer Jen, and Lea Black is back in town. She was feisty today. I got so many DMs telling me, well, some people told me they don't like when she's on because they thought she was mean to Jeff today. I don't feel she's mean, but she was feisty today, which I kind of liked.
Yeah, I think that she hasn't seen him in a long time. That's their love language, is to like she likes to pick at him because she knows he can take it. I thought she was normal. I didn't see anything different with Lea at all.
The only thing is when she first started off and she was rummaging through her purse, which is hilarious to me. It's just like the one time when she called him on the air and she was like, well, I don't know what time your show is on.
That's true.
She never listens. Yeah, she's busy running an empire and all that kind of, in 3 homes. My God. But she said that she was going to take notes for the shit that he says wrong so she could correct him. So right out the gate, she was like ready.
I know. I was like, did she mean like if he said something wrong about her or something wrong in general that she can come back and correct him? I think she is like someone that has to like keep him in line, and she's one of the people that, barks back at him, and so maybe she was just taking notes. She has no problem calling him out. I definitely agree, Shotzi.
Yeah. I love that. Is that common out there? I don't know that we have some schools. Well, of course we have private schools around here.
No.
But is that common to be off for Yom Kippur?
No, but I think maybe in LA you have more, I don't want to say Jewish people. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what the population of students that has a high population of students, and I would see why they would celebrate that. But yeah, that would be a private school thing, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So right when the show started, did the app mess up and was still playing? Was it John Hill?
I didn't hear that.
God, what was on right before? Whatever it was, I didn't turn my app on till like 11:06 because I'm in Texas. Usually on the app it comes on at 11:03 because it's always a delay. If I was in my car, it's 11, right. But I'm never in my car almost at 11. But anyways, whatever it was a little bit late for me. But all of a sudden I noticed, because I get notifications whenever Jeff posts, and which you can do by just hitting the bell at the top of somebody's Instagram.
Right.
You can choose what notifications you want if they go live, like we do, post, reels, whatever. And I was like, what is he posting for? He's already posted the coffee picture. And it was a Dougie Dahmer reel.
Is it not good? Is it not amazing?
Huh?
It's amazing.
So good. It is dark. But like Jeff said last week, he was worried it was almost going to be too realistic. No, it was hilarious. It was so sarcastic. They used a lot of the audio that they had used in that one promo that they did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was I going to say about it? It was funny because that first scene, one of the first scenes, after that part, there's a scene where Doug is sniffing Shane, and I was like, that's me.
There was?
Yes. Yeah, I took a picture of it. It's on my post. But it's him standing over him and he's sniffing his hair.
I love that. I love the meat. And then Doug made a post tonight or today, something that said freshly sourced meat or something. Hilarious.
But did Jeff really eat raw meat? Because it looked like he put it in his mouth. And I was like, that must be something else. But it looked like whatever that was, chicken or pork. And I was like,
it definitely looked like raw meat, and there's no way in hell Jeff would ever. It had to have been some sort of sushi. It had to be it looked like chicken. Consistency though.
It did. Someone said, I bet Shane smells good. Let me tell you, he does. I sniffed Shane. I sniffed Stu. I sniffed Jeff. I sniffed all of them, and they all smell really good.
Well, let's be clear. When we meet them, they're always huggy people.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone hugs. Do we hug Jeff? I don't even remember.
Yeah, I remember hugging him because he hugged and I was like.
Okay, because I literally can't remember. But really, the chunks are huggers. So if you meet them, they're huggers. They're not really like put the handshake out. So you get a sniff if you want. I don't think I think to sniff them. I don't think I think about that.
Well, I do. Hi, Kim. Hi, Dee.
Shout out Kim. She flies out with me next Thursday also for a BravoCon.
I just started today writing all my lesson plans, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, I'm so excited that you're going to meet Julie and Brandy too. So Kayla, I think that's her name, is going to Las Vegas. I hope I can tell everybody this shit. I usually don't tell anybody's business, so I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't be telling them this.
You're Jeff. Remember how he always says stuff, and he's like, oh, was I supposed to say that?
Shout out Chumpettes. Well, I will let you tell everybody in comments if you want to. Kayla, sorry. I love that they were teasing, and Jeff is going to keep doing this to us until October 18th, teasing about if he's going to sign this contract or not.
Sometimes I wish he would go to a different platform because Sirius drives me freaking nuts. Like the stuff we have to deal with them. But I just think he's talented, and wherever he lands, he's going to do great.
Yeah, I mean, I just like that Dorinda's. I like the stuff on Radio Andy, because for the most part, I listen to everything, but about 3 shows that I can think of off the top of my head that are just not my thing.
I feel like.
But other than that, I love everything on Radio Andy.
I feel like Radio Andy should have its own platform. It doesn't even need Sirius at this point.
You don't think so?
No. I think there's a lot of listeners that are committed and that would follow them. And I think they would be able to advertise more, because I feel like with Sirius, like, you know, there's other content on there. And I just feel like if they had their own channel, Radio Andy, they could do a lot more with it.
But what would that channel be on? I mean, what is there other than, like, just a podcast, doing them as...
Oh, my God.
Even though they say it's a radio show, it really sort of is a podcast, but it's different.
That is different because it is a live radio show. Okay, he has to stay there. Sorry, never mind.
Since it's live, is that the difference between being a podcast?
Yeah, because that's why it was just, it's a radio show, because it is live. Jeff Lewis live, Smith Sisters live.
Somebody asked, what shows do I hate? I wouldn't say hate. That's a very strong word. I don't, okay, I'll tell you the ones I listen. I'm going to spin this. You know how teachers do? Don't run. Don't say don't run. You say walk in the hallways. You say positive reinforcement.
Thank you for walking.
Yes. Thank you, friend. I used to love calling my little kids at elementary friend. Even if they were the asshole of the class. Oh, thank you, friend, for being so nice and putting that away.
Yes.
I love that. It's kind of sarcastic, but, you know. But I love Jeff Lewis Live. I love Reality Checked. I love Andy and John Hill, although I don't necessarily want it to keep me in 2 hours.
I thought it was down to an hour now, no?
No, it's 2 hours, 9 to 11 my time. Monday and Wednesday. And what else? I like Smith Sisters. I don't know, it might be a Bravo Radio. Ooh.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say, Mario.
Oh, my God. I love that idea. And all the people. Oh, that was the same person saying that.
But all the people. You could have Megan King has a podcast. 2 T's in a Pod has a podcast. There's so many. Dorinda, like, there's so many people that they could bring in. So
Namaste, bitches.
Namaste, bitches.
Teresa's new podcast. Matter of fact, I am going to listen to that tonight or tomorrow. I've kind of gotten to know, I mean, not really. I've chatted with her a tiny bit. The girl that, the woman that she has a account called Side Piece. Oh my God, what's it called? Side Piece podcast? Side Piece girl. Anyway, she's super sweet. She's a mom. She's a businesswoman. Adore her. And she's the one that started the podcast with Teresa. So.
You know, I see some people saying they wish Jeff was 2 hours. I've said that from the beginning. I think there's so much that happens in the show. They no longer can take calls. They no longer do news. And I think Jeff doesn't want it to be 2 hours because he says of his ADD. But as a fan, I wish it was 2 hours.
No, I think 2 hours is way too long for me, probably because of my ADD. I'm ready to go.
But I think the fans want it. Most of the fans want something longer.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a lot to squeeze in Monday through Friday, 2 hours. Whew. I don't know.
What else is he doing?
What else is he doing? He's getting Kian a haircut so he can get on the dating apps and take his picture today.
Kian is cute. He's real handsome.
He's not my type. He's a little thick for me. I like the anorexic look on men and women.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't want to weigh more than my boyfriend.
Oh. No, I wouldn't weigh more than them, but I like them. I don't think he's as tall. It doesn't matter. He's not. I'm married. He's 30 years younger than me, probably. I don't even know how old he is.
Yes, but he's very cute and very talented. Shout out, Kian.
Anyways, yes, and he totally gave him credit for that today. I keep seeing all over social media that who do they keep giving credit for? Like Jameis and Alyssa for these
Reels
videos. And I'm like, no, it's been Kian from the get-go. I think he had a couple of other people working for him, and they didn't work out. Remember, he had the girl one time that he would show.
Yeah, she worked for him. Yeah.
But now that he has Kian, I mean, they're on fire. They're so good.
You know what I think? I think they all collaborate together. And they all get together and discuss stuff. And I think that Ken has a lot of insight in that he's able to put another voice into the mix of that talent. You know what I mean?
But also, it seems like he's hanging out with them a lot. Like, he's gone to social functions with them, I believe. He's officing at Jeff's house, you know, working. So not only is he somebody that's there and he's watching the show. So instead of just recording it and watching it, he's in there. We all know that's such a different thing of like listening to it versus watching it, but being there, that's why people like being in a live audience. You're seeing things on the commercials. You're seeing how they're talking. You're seeing their facial expressions, everything.
Well, it goes back to what Leah said, that Jeff collects people.
Yes.
He collected Dear Ken.
He is a collector, and he takes them in hard. But it's just like him and Chef Stu, when they started, you know, when they started dating, they go in hard. I mean, as he not say they're going to take it slow. There's nothing slow about Jeff.
No.
Yeah.
Or maybe the way he walks. He walks kind of slow now. No, he doesn't even walk slow.
Who, Jeff? He doesn't walk slow.
Well, I was thinking he has to walk slow for his back, but then I thought, no, actually, he's like always moving. He's on the go.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, Monroe told them to get back to work. What is so funny is that I tell my students every day, less talking, more working. So I believe Monroe's teacher has told Monroe,
that makes talking, so much sense.
More working. And so she's like, I'm going to use that on my dad. On my daddy.
That makes so much sense. So she said, more work, less talk, and then just walked out. I love it. She is a boss bitch. But I also love whenever Jeff said, she's going to run my business one day. And Leah was like, what business do you have?
I missed that part. I didn't hear that
Leah
part.
Said that.
Yeah, I could see Monroe running his empire. Totally.
Yeah. I wonder what products he still has. Like, I feel like the whole paint thing just kind of got swept under the rug.
Yeah.
He did address whenever he had that collab with, what's
Living
that furniture
Spaces.
store out there? Living Spaces. He did kind of address that on Flipping Out because he was kind of bitter about it, kind of joked like, oh, that didn't work out well.
It hurt his feelings.
Yeah, I think so too. But he's never really talked about the whole paint thing. And that was a huge deal for him, was having a line.
I think he realized that it's probably not as great as he thought it was going to be.
Oh.
And that, you know, like even with the Cook and Kibitz box, you know, maybe he lost money instead of making money on that and on the paint. And so he's like, you know, let's not do that. Or maybe it takes too much time and it's too much of an investment. Who knows?
Yeah. I just kind of figured by now he would have like a line of home stuff, just like Martha Stewart. But in some ways, I think he's too particular and he would want to be very hands-on and make it very good stuff. And I think that's just too much time. I don't know.
Someone said tile.
He doesn't want it to be shitty stuff sold at Home Goods. You know what I mean?
I do remember when he had the tile. It was a company and he did a commercial. I can't remember what it was, but he was sitting there and he had like a long sleeve shirt on. He had like a vest on. He had a tie on. It was really weird. I can't remember the brand, but yeah. I think that a lot of people might be a little bit afraid to collaborate with Jeffrey.
You think? Emotional highs and lows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Professional highs and lows?
Caesar Stone. Thank you, Victoria.
Oh, that's right. Caesar Stone. He said that word all the time. Yeah, you're
Marty said that they still have it at Home Depot, so maybe that's still something that he does.
But does it say Jeff Lewis?
No, I don't know. I must say like Caesar Stone by Jeff Lewis or something.
Yeah. Because it seems like that's something doable. Like, as long as somebody runs it by you and you approve, like I have a very different design style than Jeff Lewis. Like, my home obviously isn't as fancy as his, but it's so more traditional than him. So there's there's very little about his stuff that I would say, yeah, that's my personality. I might say it's beautiful. Like, I love Jackie Schimmel's house. It is absolutely not my house at all, though. It's a completely different design.
Someone said that he also has his doors. I remember that. He had some barn doors at Home Depot. I think he doesn't advertise a lot, which I don't know why.
Why not?
I feel like he promotes a lot of people, but he doesn't always promote his own stuff.
Speaking of that, I was shocked today when he finally said his Instagram. Every time I listen to Michelle Collins
Yeah.
Maybe it's just at the end of her show. I'm not sure because I'm usually going into the gym when her show ends. And she's like, follow me if you want it. Mishcall, Michcoll on Instagram. He never says his Instagram handle. And I feel like there's so many people that probably don't know about the Facebook fan groups, his Instagram. They don't know that they could comment, they could follow him. Not that he really posts a lot, but so many people that follow me and you, when I look at them to see who they're following, if it's public, they follow all the chumps. Alyssa, Paige Davis. I mean, they're following everybody, including Jeff.
But I think the one thing, and he's said this before, and I've heard people say that because it's JL Lewis Live.
Jeff
Lewis Live. A lot of people don't know to look at the JL, put the JL before.
Yeah. It's at JL Jeff Lewis. Yeah, you're right. I do love that when Shane said that he called Patrick Kitty Gorgeous. I love that. He's like, beautiful.
I'm going to call Mateo and Angelina Kitty Gorgeous.
I love that. So do you think Patrick, isn't it Carver, the one that Stu really likes? And so
Carver is Orange Puss or Ginger Puss, and Patrick is Smoky Puss.
Yeah. So it sounds like Chef Stu favors Carver.
Yeah.
And we know whenever Shane came back from out of town and he had COVID and he had to stay even longer, remember?
Yeah.
And then he posted the picture and he said, like, reunited or something. It was so cute of him and Patrick.
I know. I love kitties. You know I love kitties.
You're right. Penny Hatchell. There's 2 Jeff Lewis Live YouTube channels. Neither one, I confirmed that with Shane about a week or 2 ago. Neither one have anything to do with Jeff Lewis. So,
which is crazy because it's like so many people are on YouTube. I wonder if Sirius tells them that he can't post it on YouTube.
I don't know because he just got on TikTok recently. So he is on TikTok as Jeff Lewis Live. And what probably Kian is doing is he uploads those reels to the TikTok. But yeah, so one of the people or whoever it is, so one of the Jeff Lewis channels is called, puts up old stuff,
which
I don't know where they get it from. And it'll be totally random. They don't really explain what date it was done. I think people want a date, like they want to know when it was. The other one just puts up the 12-minute video that he does every day on Sirius, and he puts that up exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of strange that they have access to the old videos, because I even asked Jeff at the launch, I was like, it's really ridiculous that we can't listen to past shows. I think on the app it shows 52, and then they disappear. It would be, because I've always wanted to listen to Shane's Dick Swirl story. And
again.
Yeah, so it's strange that someone would have access to unless they were recording them before, but yeah.
But why wouldn't they put them up all at once? One of them will even say, like, coming soon, like at 5 o'clock, it'll be loaded. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't even know how they do that.
You're talking
we have a Jeff Lewis obsessed YouTube channel that we put our recaps on and some other fun videos, like a bunch of the chumps did Chef Stu birthday wishes. Yeah. So those videos are up. But I don't understand how you put it up and say it's coming soon. I don't know anything about that technology. I don't really get into all of that. Real quick, I love that Jeff sort of talked about his stomach problems. He was saying that he's got shit problems, just like Jameson, and Leah was like, don't even talk about that. Why do boys always want to talk about going potty? Jeff really is into talking about going potty lately, and he used to never talk about the fact that he goes number 2.
Because he has a fire-ridden penis with UTI. He has to talk about it because he's...
Well, I think it's this antibiotic. How long was he going to be on that? I thought it was only a week.
No,
he said diarrhea.
He said 6 weeks.
This one?
I
he was
swear.
on 6 weeks ago forever. This has been months. This has been so long. This has been he hasn't said he has it again, but every day is a new day, right?
My humor is potty, poo-poo, bathroom humor, so I think it's funny as F. And I love when Jameson was talking about, oh my God, can I tell you a poop story real quick? Sarah's like, great. So I'm driving to...
Well, I don't poop. I have chronic constipation, unexplained. So I love hearing about how much you shit a day whenever I'm over here, like going 6 days without it.
So I have like a 38-minute drive to work. So I get in the car, I'm fine. And then it's like, 20 minutes in, and I was like, oh, something's happening. And then like 10 minutes away, I was like, oh my God, I am going to poop myself and have no clothes and have to go back home. I literally drove.
Oh, you were on your way to school,
work.
Not home.
I literally drove as fast as I could, and I was clenching my butt cheeks like there was no tomorrow. I was living on the edge of glory, like Jameson says. And I got inside, and I was running down the hall, and I had like maybe a second and a half to make it to the toilet, and I barely did. I'm sorry, people.
Wow.
It was bad.
I was like that, but with pee. Friday night, I was on mom duty and driving my kids somewhere, and I'd been drinking a lot of water like I do, but I try to slow down drinking water when I know I'm about to go somewhere or whatever, and it hit. I told my husband, I said, I was literally about to get out and just piss on the side of the road. Like,
Girls
it was that painful, like where you have to pee and it's just painful. Yeah. I was like moving forward. I was doing like this. Oh my God. I was like anything to get the bladder situated.
Lucky, I am not watching two girls in one cup. So you stop that right now.
No, she said one chick needs her. LeaBlack.com/Jeff. She's got some shit on sale. So go there if you want. Let's wrap it up soon. What else you want to talk about? Then we'll talk about music. He's not gay. Did you realize that? I guess I assumed that everyone around Jeff's every man in Jeff's inner circle is usually gay. But they made today he's not gay. He's joining dating apps for women.
Yeah, I never thought. I think he has some people that are are Homo sapiens.
Heterosexual. Well, even Leah or Jen, one of them said that. But anyway,
someone made a comment. I think it was Brandy. She thought that Jen was a little bit more sassy today than she normally is, and she was kind of insulting to Jameson about him having to go to the bathroom and maybe run through the hallway like I did. Did you feel like she was a little bit sassier today?
She was definitely basically teasing him or putting him down that, like, what do you mean you're not going to ride rides? There's no scary rides at Disney. Absolutely. I think there's maybe not scary, but the roller coasters. And I love that he's standing up for himself. I think yesterday he was like, I am saying now I am not riding a roller coaster.
And you can't pressure.
Don't harass you. I had a kid one time on a Girl Scout trip to an amusement park, and I could not go and help chaperone. And I knew at the time she was terrified of most rides. And it was kind of that weird age where girls were starting to like, well, come on, let's just do it. Oh, my God. I basically told the leaders, who's a good friend of mine, I was like, look, nip that shit in the bud if somebody starts teasing her about not riding a ride. I was like, talk to about everybody. Hey, this group of girls will stand and wait, and this group of girls will go ride that ride if you want. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I'm somebody, I will not ride roller coasters. Even when we go to Disneyland, I get so stressed out on Splash Mountain. I don't know if they changed the name. Your finger. And it's so stressful because I know it's scary.
I'm not doing that to anybody. I was just joking to you. Okay. I don't think I knew to the extent that Leah writes prison letters and sends paperback books and puts money in people's commissary.
You know what? I think actually, I'm not surprised, but it really makes me realize how compassionate she is to people that have a life sentence in prison. And I agree with what she says. You know, I don't want to get too political, but it costs $60,000 a year to house a prisoner. And it's ridiculous that you have all these bodies just rotting away. I don't know, but I was really happy to hear that she does that. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I just didn't know the extent of it. I mean, she really...
Me too.
Yeah.
And the hardcover book thing, I was like, you can make a shank out of a hardcover book.
Well, and I think I've heard this before, that every letter is read before.
Oh, yeah.
That must take forever.
They probably like it. They're like, oh, listen to this. I want to suck your dick.
Who the hell's getting paid to do that? What job is that? Do you go to college for that?
Prison guards, maybe? I don't know. They probably sit around.
Prison guards, you think, do it?
I don't know.
Did you ever watch that documentary or series, whatever it's called, on Netflix? And it's about prison. They follow people. They put fake people in jail.
Yes.
And they try to act like they're really a prisoner.
I watched it only one time. It made me so stressed out. I was like, I can't watch this.
Oh, my God. Our whole family on vacation one time in Colorado at Christmas, we're like vegging, cereal watching that show. We totally all got into it. It was crazy.
Bon JD, welcome. That's Sarah, and I'm Kelly, and we're glad you're here. 60 Days In.
Oh, welcome. 60 Days In. That is the name of the show.
Very stressful.
Welcome. Shout out. By the way, we like to keep to about 30 to 37 minutes, so we will wrap up very soon. The raw meat diet. I have heard of that. I do not. Who was the famous woman that took a picture? She was real cute. And about a year ago, she put somewhere where she was cutting up raw meat and eating it. Who was that?
Alicia Silverstone?
Probably.
Because she does weird stuff. I remember hearing about, no. Heidi Montag or Courtney Stodden. It was one of those people. Heidi Montag. She was doing it for publicity. She was like walking down the street with a big piece of meat. And she's like,
Was she really bitter mouthed? Ugh.
But she was,
she's a vegan. They said, so probably not her.
Yeah, I think it was, whoever I said, I forgot now, but I think that's disgusting.
Heidi Pratt.
I was right. Heidi Montag is Heidi Pratt. Is that her name, Heidi Montag? Anyways,
that makes sense. Alicia is very famous for being vegan. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I think it's gross. Like, I hate when anything's in my teeth, and the fact that I would have raw meat in my teeth. Ugh.
I mean, can you imagine the wretched smell?
Have you ever... I love, like, medium rare steak if I ever eat it, because I try not to eat cows. But sometimes I've eaten it...
Why do you gotta call it a cow? Just say steak.
No, it's a cow.
Don't give it a face.
No, they do have a face. Cows are pets. Anyways, if I've had a very rare piece of meat, listen.
This is steak.
If I've had a very rare piece of steak, if I bite into it and it tastes like blood, I'm horrified. Oh, Fluffy.
If y'all aren't watching live so you can see the comments, you're really missing out. It's so fun.
Want me to do music?
Anyways, I love the story about Pamela Anderson sitting on someone's lap. Okay, as unrelatable as some people think Lea Black is, I personally think she's very relatable. I love that she talks about Walmart. I love that she talks about money. And she says, I spend my money well. And I love that. Like, she was like, she's hosting a charity thing, and Pamela Anderson was there, and somebody wanted her to sit on his lap. And she said, that'll cost you $10,000. So she does it and takes a picture, and then she walks around doing it to all these other people, and she made tons of money that night for the charity. I love that.
She knows how to hustle. I remember before.
Hustle. That's such a good word for her, hustle.
Real Housewives of Miami, whichever season it was when she did the gala, and like all the work and that she does for it. I mean, she gets people to spend money. She gets people to give money.
Well, and I love that she was getting on one of them. Was it? Oh, I can't remember who it was. But somebody wanted basically a free ticket. I'm like, bitch, you need to be paying. This is for charity also.
Yeah.
It's a tax write-off. Give me a break. It's a tax write-off.
Yeah, Fluffy said he was surprised that it was funny that Monroe is scared of Gage and not Jeff. I totally get it. Jeff lets her get away with murder. He's not consistent, and I think Gage is like, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, but he did actually, and Fluffy, this probably made you happy. He was really complimenting Gage and saying that he and Gage want a good good terms right now.
For parenting,
He gave her credit for that Monroe is being raised very well. He gave the credit to Gage. So I think it's always funny, but I think there's a lot of truth to that too. So I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I mean, who else is, I won't say anything. Never mind, go ahead.
The nannies.
Yeah.
Nanny Lisa's doing a great job of raising Monroe. Shane, her brother, he's amazing.
He is. And Jeff is, too, in his own way. He gives her a lot of opportunities to do things that other kids don't have. Yeah. They expand her vocabulary. He's doing good. Gage is definitely the parent that disciplines more. Yep. I agree.
I think what Jeff does, too, is I think he lets her kind of experience childhood. And he's always going to be there for her. Like, he wants to be the one picking up from school. He always talks already about not wanting to put her in camp. You know what I mean? So I think he wants to be physically there for her, too. And he talks about some of the ways that his dad was not. Never really talks about his mom a whole lot, even though she didn't pass away till he was 18.
Maybe it's hard.
A lot about how Tom let him down growing up.
I think it's hard for him probably maybe to talk about his mom and some of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it might be emotional or he just doesn't want to disrespect her name now that she's passed away.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't even think it's the fact that she's passed away at 18, because we know now they were divorced long before that. And we also know that he lived with his dad. And when his dad would go away for a weekend at a time, was he 13 or 15?
Oh, my God. Yes, and he'd have to ride his scooter to go get pizza.
Yeah, but he would leave and go get a haircut. I mean, so where was Mom? Where was Mom? Did she live far away? So I think there's some childhood trauma going on there. Well, let's talk about music, and then we will wrap it up and see you again tomorrow night at 6 o'clock California time. For those of you just joining tonight, welcome. We recap Jeff Lewis Live. And, we squeeze in a little Bravo but this is 99.9% Jeff Lewis Live.
Absolutely. We had a new song. I've never heard this song before. Charlie XCX, I know of her. Hot Girl Bodies.
I know. That was interesting.
And then we had Money by Rico Nasty.
What was the words to the Money one? I couldn't remember what it was saying.
I don't even remember. I'm sorry. Yeah. I have no short-term memory. I just remember
it was good, though. It always sounds like club music to me, which I like. Oh, yeah. It's club music, but not that shit that you would hear on the way home at 2 a.m. after the club.
That noise? Yeah.
That was the worst of driving home, and that was all that was, long time ago before Sirius, where that was all that was on the radio at 2 a.m. But anyways.
I knew that Kay and Jeff Fluffy would say something.
What? Jeff Bugs? Not so.
No, because Kay said that Gage Bugs, and so Fluffy is saying no, Jeff Bugs, not sorry.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's always going to be people that are fans, and that's what makes it good, right? There's always people that are team this, team that. They love this guest. They don't look. Angela is on. Angela from Sunday night.
Angela, where?
Shout out, Angela.
Shout out, Angela, you crazy lady.
Angela, do you want to get on with us and say anything about Sunday night? We met Angela and her husband as soon as we walked into the Amy Phillips show. Maybe we shouldn't get her on because she might say things we don't need her to say. Never mind, Angela.
We're glad you're
Somebody's
here, though.
Somebody's going to DM her immediately and be like, what the hell is she talking about?
I know.
Anyways, she's a good time. She's a good time.
Yeah, bon jeudi. Come back anytime. We're all obsessed, crazy Jeff Lewis.
Angela is too shy.
Are you
Girl,
kidding?
She's hot. She looks like an OC housewife for sure.
Yes.
She's so hot. Anyways, well, shout out. Like I said, it was so fun. We usually try to keep to about 35, 37 minutes, and we're a little bit over. So we will end and see y'all tomorrow night.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining.
Tomorrow's Josh Flagg and Megan. And he's probably going to talk about his book that he just wrote.
Who? Oh, Josh?
Yeah, Josh wrote a book about business. Yeah. But hopefully he talks about his best friend Candy spelling. I love when he talks about his old lady friends. I love that.
I know.
Back to Jeff Lewis Live. I am Sarah in Texas.
And I'm Kelly in California.
And we recap Jeff Lewis Live every weeknight. So we hope you love Jeff Lewis Live as much as we do. And we hope you're not here just because you're, a hater. We have those too.
Jotsu says it was like a quarter after the hour today. Yeah, for me, it was late, and I don't know why, but it was.
Yeah. So that was probably during a commercial, or maybe Kian did it. So we know today that Kian took the flight with them, but he had to ride an economy. Wah, wah, wah.
You know what? It was funny listening, because I knew that Jeff had hired him just for himself.
Yes.
And because Jeff, he wants to be successful. He wants to promote himself. And Kian has now become such an integral part of their team.
Yes. And I think that'll get along is like, Jeff, he just doesn't want a coworker or an employee, I should say. He wants someone that really meshes and gets along with the team, has their same sense of humor, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was interesting to hear.
Yeah. And I think even though Kian doesn't really get involved in the conversations much, I think eventually he will. Don't you feel like he'll warm up? Don't you feel like it's like episode 1 of Hollywood Houseflip where you could tell Shane was like a little like, oh my God, these cameras in the car. And then like episode 2, he was like so himself and
even like with Shane, even with Alyssa and even with Jameson, like in the very beginning, they weren't as active on the air, but now they're part of the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, love it. If you're new, welcome. If you have a question, hit the question button in the bottom, or you can type in comments. We love seeing the comments. Everyone does. That's why most of us, they love joining live because it's so interactive. So we want to hear your thoughts. If you want to chat about something, if you have an opinion about something, put it in comments. If we don't mention it, it's because we didn't like it or we didn't see it. Most of the time I'm looking at Kelly's beautiful brown eyes and I really don't see the comments or if they fly up all the time. So
yeah. Someone said someone that feels comfortable with Monroe's dinner all over their shirt. Poor little lady. That's a lot to throw up.
That is a lot. I wonder what she threw. They must have eaten before. But you know how sometimes it's like chunky and you can tell what it was? Yeah.
But Tyler, when she was younger, used to get motion sickness too.
Oh.
But yeah, I was like, God, she threw it 4 times. That's a lot.
So someone asked, did we feel Jeff was really rough on Shane today?
I wrote it down.
You did?
He was mean. And this is what he does. As soon as he gets someone else in their group, he starts comparing them to him. So right now he's comparing him to, Kian. So he was a little snappy today, a little more than he normally is with him. So yes, I thought so. I even wrote it down.
What did you think? I just think Andy was shocked that he really said those things to Monroe. And I kind of was too. You know, I love Jeff. We both do. But we're well aware. We're very honest. Oh, we'll talk about that in just a second, the interruption, because I just got word about that. I think Andy was shocked that he was actually telling Monroe, who was 5 years, almost 6, October 25th, right. Almost 6 years old, that, you know, he worries because Shane brings strangers home. Like, I think that's alarming. Like, even though she's a very mature kindergartner, I don't know. You got to watch what you say around her.
Sometimes
it's just a stick, like, or he really said that to her.
No, I think he did say that to her, but I think to him everything's funny, and that's the whole thing, is that he doesn't have a lot of boundaries, and he's trying to be silly and funny. He's also needling Shane in a way that my impression is that maybe Shane was there when he was having that conversation with Monroe, and so, or he wants Monroe to finally say something to Shane. Shane, don't take boys home or something like that. But probably not the best, because then she'll go to school and say, my big brother is bringing boys home. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Strangers. You know what I mean? So somebody just asked, I just made a story. So I was busy all day, but I was checking my phone, you know, when we were shopping and stuff, found some stuff for BravoCon, 3 more sleeps. And you and I both leave and meet together in New York City. Oh, my God, I'm so excited.
Crazy. So crazy.
So excited. By the way, if any of you are going to BravoCon and you're a Jeff Lewis fan, I hope that's why you're on our recap show, then make sure we meet up in New York City. We would love to meet you. We've got some fun ideas to go to. So a couple of people, 3 people, I think only 3, I can't remember, were adamant, DMing me, that they thought the technical difficulties was a joke, just to make it Andy experience what it's like to have the technical difficulties. So then I made a poll asking, well, let's just say, you know, when you do a story, you can see who reads it. So I saw who read it. So I knew that person was on their phone. So I messaged said person and I said, hey, is this a joke or was this a bit? And this person was very much like, no, I was very annoyed. It was not a bit. So it was definitely not a joke. I thought Jeff remained very calm during it, though. I thought he could have really gotten pissed. I'm shocked, though. How do you have technical difficulties in the New York studios? I don't understand.
Because Jameson and Alyssa aren't there, so they're still, like, all the way in California. I don't know what it has to do with.
Yeah.
Or if people are just sabotaging Jeff, because Andy even said this never happens to me. You know what I've noticed with the Sirius app, and I think you said it before too, I have to hit it twice to play for it to play. I'll hit, like, I'm ready to listen to Jeff's show. I hit play. It won't answer. It won't turn on, and I have to hit it again. Every time.
You know what I had happen the other day that I hadn't had, but other people have told us that they have happened, where it plays a different show when you start it.
That too.
it was
That's
playing
true.
Radio Andy. And, on the app, it's like, or on mine anyways, it's like a 3-minute delay. So mine is 11 a.m. Central Time when it comes on. And it's always like 11:03, which is fine. I'm used to that.
Right.
But I was doing it. It was clearly playing Radio Andy or John Hill and Radio Andy. So.
Yeah.
The app has a lot to do, but it definitely sounds like he's in the midst of negotiations. I felt like he was selling himself to Andy today. What?
I was like, Fluffy. He was saying something silly. Definitely, like, he said that he wants, part of the negotiation is bringing Keon on. I did hear him say that.
Least, or having Sirius pay him instead of him.
Right. It's kind of funny, though, because I would think that Jeff wouldn't want Sirius to pay him. Because if Sirius pays him, then he can work for other talent. So if Jeff kept him in his pocket and he only worked for him, then Jeff would know, like, no, he's going to only focus on my content. So I was really surprised he said that.
I've never really thought about this, but do you think because it looks like Kian has his own cameras set up, do you think that means that's how they're, even though it's the same angle, the same content he's recording, but Sirius, we know, records their own content and puts out that, 12 to 17 minute video every day of the show. So I always thought, why is Ken recording with his own cameras? Because we've seen him get up and like move or adjust the camera. I think that's so they're like in control. They kind of own that video.
Yes.
And then he can edit it how he wants. So I say he just gets a little bit of a raise to help fund Ken. And then he's still in control and Ken is his employee.
Yes, absolutely. I thought the same thing too. I thought because Ian works for Sirius, then that's not going to benefit Jeff at all. I don't see in the long run.
No, and I feel like then the lines really get blurred because do you have that guy coming to your house to work? Do you have that guy flying to New? I guess you could fly to New York because that is a business trip and that's normal. But do you have somebody? I don't know, going out to dinner? All that kind of stuff. Like, when do the lines get blurred? Because Jeff, we know, loves blurring personal lines and professional lines.
He loves blurry boundaries, right?
Blurry boundaries. But I love that they were talking about the airplane, and Andy was like, yeah, I'm nice to people, but I'm there to work and to sleep. Like, I'm not there to be best friends. And Jeff's like, I have none of that. So I have no boundaries. I'm there to just talk to them and have fun. Would you just die to be on a plane ride with Jeff Lewis?
Oh, of course. But, I think that he probably likes to be silly and stuff. But homeboy, he got to sleep for an hour. Like, I don't know. Have you ever been on a flight and somebody that you don't know is sitting next to you and they won't shut the F up? Yeah. I had a guy one time. I flew to New York and I was flying back to LA and he was sitting next to me and he was very chatty and I was like, I don't want to talk to this fucker. And he got progressively drunk and he kept trying to buy me drinks. I eventually got my hat and like covered my face and was like this in the corner because he wouldn't leave me alone.
Well, I know you have a lot longer flight coming from California to New York City. So I hope you get somebody that lets you sleep. What time did your flight leave?
5:45 a.m. And when Jeff said...
Do you have a straight flight?
No, that's what pissed me off. Because when I've flown to New York before, just straight through, 5 hours tops. And like Jeff said, it was going to be 4 hours and 40 minutes. No. I'm stopping in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Changing planes in Baltimore and then coming down to New York. Okay. I think it's coming down.
Fluffy's asking, what's with playing Jeff is excited to T for D again? I used to get worried about that, thinking something was wrong with him and Scott. But they play that all the time when he's with back and forth with Stu and when he's with Scott. So I don't think that's right. I think that promo is played regardless of his love life.
But also they played 2 promos today. They did T for D and they did Monrovia.
Yeah.
Princess. They don't ever play 2 promos back to back. I thought that was weird.
They don't? They play so many promos. It's hard to even remember which ones. I thought they usually play one on a commercial and then one on another commercial, if that.
No, they only do one, and it's always on the first commercial. But today it was T for D, and then right after it was Princess Monrovia. So I was like,
which is so fitting though for Monroe being in New York City, the queen, the city that never sleeps. She's going.
I would love
getting her McDonald's in Manhattan. She's going to the Ice Cream Museum.
I know. I would love to be. I mean, I like to be around kids. And Monroe's like the age of kids. I mean, just to go and explore and talk about stuff. But she might be a little booger and be like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, let's go find fall leaves and we can make some stuff with it. And she'd be like, no.
Oh, yeah. I don't think she's into that bullshit. And I don't think Jeff would be into that either. Jeff and a hot
it's educational.
Gun. What?
It's educational.
Yeah, Jeff,
I
Shane.
know. Monroe's going to be like, no, Miss Herrera, I want you to take me to Bloomingdale's. I need a new dress.
Yes. I love that he was talking about her change of outfits. Like, of course we had to check bags. We're here for a week and I have a kid. And she's got options to wear. I love it.
But you know what's funny? I felt like Andy was a little sassy with him in that part. Because it's even in the promo that Kian did where Andy was like, no, like, what? It's like, yeah, if you're there for a week with your child, you have to check your luggage.
But I do think you have a daughter. I have 4 daughters, 1 son. I do think it's very different. Now, Monroe is almost 6, but I do think girls have changes and have options. And we know that Monroe is very opinionated. My son at almost 6, I don't really think he cared what I put him in. You know what I mean? But we know that Monroe has a very big opinion. But things might change. You need to dress this way for the ice cream museum. Speaking of, I took my kids there when it was brand new. I think New York was the only city that had it. Since then, they've done other cities. But I took my kids to the ice cream museum in New York, Christmas of 2019. It's exactly what Andy said. It's a complete Instagram scam. It's just for pictures. I mean, it's fun, but there's absolutely zero learning. It's not a museum necessarily. No. But that's what Monroe needs. She's 5, almost 6.
You know, I think she would really like the Natural History Museum. They have the dinosaur skeletons. They have all that. She would. That stuff, you just got to get her into it.
But I get like Jeff, though, and very ADD, and I want the fun stuff. I don't want the educational stuff. And we went to the MoMA, too, the Museum of Modern Art. Complete snooze fest.
No.
Yes, absolutely. You know what?
Jeff needs to take Monroe to, what was the museum, the Bravo Museum that they do.
That's going to be part of BravoCon?
Yeah.
There's a museum.
Monroe.
Yeah, but he's not going anywhere near BravoCon. He's not giving him 2 seconds of his time since he's not a Bravo employee.
But Monroe would like it. And you know what's funny?
You think why would she like the Bravo Museum?
Because they have fancy, sparkly dresses there. They have costumes. She'd like it. Anyway, she'd like it. You shush.
I don't think so. We have a question. Hold on real quick. Oh, whoops.
Also, I'm letting you read it, but I'm going to say this. I just forgot what I was going to fucking say.
Somebody said, was it a rumor that Andy's retiring? I've heard that, too, that he's going to announce
I haven't heard anything else.
Huh?
I said I heard that, too, but I haven't heard anything else about that other than that blind.
Yeah. So I've heard that he's going to announce something at BravoCon. I don't think BravoCon's the place for him to announce it. To me, that's like our leader is retiring.
Right.
I just don't think that's the place, and I don't think that's the time that he would announce it either.
The only thing
he's got such a lifestyle. He's not retiring. He loves to work. He's got a great job.
He does. The only thing that I could see him giving up is Watch What Happens Live. That's the only thing that I would think that he would be like, that's too much. I can't do it now. I now have 2 children. Because, I mean, I was glad to hear that he pre-taped shows because I thought it was always live. But that's a big commitment.
It used to be live every single time for years. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see him maybe not doing that as much or maybe having somebody else take over. But no, Andy loves his job. He loves the housewives. And he doesn't have the same responsibilities he did before. He's got a lot of freedom, I think, now than he did in the past.
Right. Because I don't think he's as connected. And I'll be honest, I record Watch What Happens Live. Somebody just said it's boring AF. I record it, but I honestly don't watch it anymore unless I love the guests. Because I just don't have enough time. Whereas for the first 5 or 6, 7 years, I watched it no matter who the guest was. Because I learned about that they'd play a game, and then I learned about the guests. I would watch whatever TV show they promoted if it interested me.
Right.
Now I just don't have enough time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, in the summer I have it all recorded too, and I only watch the ones like that with the housewives that I watch. I watch them with Sutton. I'll watch it when Kyle is on. I'll watch it when Lisa Rinna is on because Queen.
Can you believe Lisa Rinna and Kathy Hilton are now going to be at BravoCon? I'm freaking dying.
Do you think they're going to do like something like, is there a Beverly Hills panel or anything?
Yes.
Because also Melissa
But they're not
Teresa,
together.
Oh.
Lisa and Kathy are not. Now, today is Monday, and they just added Kathy. So can things change? Absolutely.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like he was talking about, Andy was talking about, Teresa and Melissa are going to be together. And they've had all that drama and that chaos. There's something they're doing together.
Still?
Yes, Andy was saying that's what I'm curious about, how they're going to do that when they're both in such a bad place with each other.
Wait, when did you hear that? Because I've looked at the BravoCon app, and in the schedule, they're not together anymore.
I'm trying to think when I heard Andy say it, but I don't remember where.
So Kim,
maybe it wasn't BravoCon with me. It wasn't Andy. Reality Check, Amy Phillips and Jameson and Alyssa were talking about they didn't understand how Teresa and Melissa were going to be on the same stage. But maybe they're not.
But when was that? Because they've changed it since
last week.
So things are changing daily. So that's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I can't imagine them wanting to be there together. Oh, yes. Melissa said it.
And they won't be there together. So they've split up those panels. And it's kind of like half boys and girls and half, of other Jersey housewives. The thing about the BravoCon, it's just like Sophie's Choice all day, every day, because I've got to decide, am I going to leave this one early and then go over to this one for the whole beginning? The only thing I'm going to be at from beginning to end is Saturday, October 15th at 10:30 a.m. with Chef Stu and Amy Phillips cooking demonstration. So make sure, if you don't know, that they are in the bazaar, also booth 117, taking pictures with you and autographing the cookbook, Cook It, Spill It, Throw It, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You know what? I was surprised because I said that I haven't been on social media a lot today, but Stu is doing something with Danielle. I can't say Reul from Love is Blind. And I was like, oh my God, this is like coming out of nowhere.
I know. So
did you watch Love is Blind?
No.
Did you watch Love is Blind?
No.
It's good.
So our question was, is Stu not in New York? He was never going to New York the whole time. So it's not, I don't feel like, because Jeff's not talking about him, I don't feel like it's anything going on with their relationship. No. I think he still works. He's still got to cook for the family that he cooks for Monday through Thursday. So I think a long time ago 2 weeks ago, on Reality Check, when they did the conga at the end with Stu, I think that's when he said, I think he and Amy are on the same red-eye flight together. On Wednesday? Late Wednesday, maybe? So. Something like that.
I think so. And I was really surprised that Doug was there. So he just must have went for a family thing, right?
Yeah. So Doug, for a while, had told me that he was going to be in New York the weekend before BravoCon. So I always knew that we were never going to see him in New York because he was always going to leave before that. So it looked like he was there to see his mom, the widow, which I love.
It was a short trip, though. I think you left like on Friday. I mean, I guess, that we're kind of doing the same thing. Well, he wasn't there very long.
Yeah. Okay, have you ever even heard of Alaska Airlines? I've never even heard of that. I was kind of shocked that.
Yes, they got, but because that was the planes are the airline that I used to fly up to Oregon. So Alaska Airlines was around like when I was in my 20s, and then they sold the company. So I don't know what the F is happening now with Alaska.
Okay, I guess I would always think that it was just a kind of a Northwest type place. And
that's what I thought
from LA to New York, but gotta love the fact that he even looked at flights or had Shane look at flights and they saved $2,000 a person. That's insane.
That's because he waits till the week before to purchase a ticket.
Why would he not book it? He knew this a long time ago that he was coming. He announced a long time ago he was going to be in New York this week. Now,
I didn't know if it was.
He didn't book until Friday, so we know Kian's ticket was probably he used miles. That was probably a lot of miles. But I'm just shocked. I'm like, and then I understand he should have known. Doug would have known everything about that airline. Doug would have looked up everything for him.
So it's a 7:38. That's bad. I need to look at my tickets.
No,
Am I flying
7:37 max 8.
Oh God!
So look at
Don't even make me think.
But hey, it just got off just fine. Everything was fine except for not having a gate when they got to the damn thing. Can you imagine having to sit on the plane for another, what do you say, 37 minutes?
Yes, I've had that happen. We had to sit there for an hour and a half, and it fucking sucks.
Shout out everyone. I know we used to be able to say hi to so many of you. It's just so much harder to say hi to everyone anymore. But shout out Chumpettes. Thank you for joining us. We love doing this recap with y'all. We love your comments. So
Annie,
Jeff needs to start having Doug book his flights. For one thing, Doug and I have chatted about this on DM. He uses rewards just like I do. I don't even, I mean, I'm proud of Jeff that he's using his rewards points to fly. That sounds good.
Absolutely. I mean, if you can't, why not?
Well, it almost sounds like lately, maybe the last 2 weeks, I guess ever since he was on with, Lea Black was on, they were talking about coupons. It almost sounds like he likes the idea of saving money. He just doesn't want to hassle with it, which is kind of relatable in a way.
Exactly. I'm sure I could save all kinds of money with using coupons, but the time and commitment that you have to put into it, I don't have it. I just don't.
Especially the CVS receipt that Jameson lives by. I'm like, I do not want to hold on to a damn receipt for the next time that I might pop into a CVS.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather spend my time listening to Jeff Lewis, Amy Phillips, watching Housewives. I can't commit to coupons. I'm sorry.
Exactly. I totally used coupons in college, but also at the grocery store. But I don't think coupons are the same at the store anymore. They used to give great deals on certain days. They don't even do all that anymore.
Yeah. Can I give you an update on my health? Because last time people...
Yes! I mean, I know, but yes, everyone else wants to know.
Yes. Guess what? Homegirl is not sick. She has premenopausal symptoms.
How do you know that's what it is?
I mean, hot flashes.
It's coming like a hot flash?
Yes, because I thought I had a fever, and it was a fucking hot flash.
Right.
Damn it.
So how's your money asking piece? About my money piece. I think I have saved them. I think I have.
Really?
They're soft again. I did a conditioner, and I sprayed it like crazy all weekend long.
I didn't think that you were going to be able to save those bangs, and I was totally prepared for your Dumb and Dumber haircut. I am so happy that because once they're fried...
It's not over. The first time I flat iron it could fall off.
Yeah, well, yeah. Wait, don't do that until New York.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hi, Team Sudish.
Hello. Shout out to Team Sudish. What else? Oh, Monroe. Okay, do you know how you build underground for a tunnel? They were kind of making Shane sound dumb, but this perplexes me too.
You know what's funny is the whole time when I listened to it the first time, it kept sounding like Jeff said, and then you Googled and you gave her a summary. And my summary, he said it a couple of times, and it took me forever to realize that he was saying submarine.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought he said submarine. He did say submarine, yeah.
Yeah, but the way Jeff was saying it sounded like summary, and I was like, but you know what's crazy is that San Francisco is the same way. Like when you have to get from Oakland over to San Francisco, you have to go on the BART, and it travels under the ocean. That's fucking crazy.
It freaks me out. So
don't tell me. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I just get from point A to point B.
Exactly. So we have a tunnel here in Houston area. It's actually called Pasadena, just like where Alyssa lives in California. A city called Pasadena, and they have a tunnel there. And the thing you're supposed to do is hold your breath from the second that you enter the tunnel till you enter it. Otherwise, like ghosts can get in your nose or something weird like that. Is that a thing, or is that just a Texas thing? Or is that just a weird my family thing?
That's just Texas, but I wouldn't mind a ghost in my nose. It's been a long time.
Yeah, if you don't breathe the entire time, you don't. Yes, the Washburn Tunnel, Diane. If you don't breathe during the whole thing, you don't get a ghost in your nose.
But how long is it?
It's hard to hold your breath the whole damn time.
Like 2 minutes or more?
No. If I had to guess, I would say 50 seconds to a minute 15.
No, the BART and all that other stuff, that's a long fucking
Oh, it is?
breath. Oh, yeah.
That's stuff freaks me out, though. I do agree.
Yes, I don't want to know how it's made. I don't want to know anything about it. All I want to know is that it gets me from point A to point B, and that's it.
You know, but a lot of things confuse me. TV confuses me. Radio confuses me. How cell phones work. I'm not.
How do you take a picture?
How do you take a picture and I can send it to China in 2 seconds? Blows my mind.
I used to ask my mom all the time, but I don't understand how TV works. And she told me the picture gets cut into a bunch of little pieces. It goes up in the air and then it flies over to your house.
That's kind of a cute way.
I was like, what? That doesn't make no sense.
Your mother didn't understand it either.
Yeah.
Love the story about McDonald's and that she's in her pajamas. Yeah. Like, Postmates failed him. The McDonald's on Wilshire failed him with not having a drive-through. Does it not have a drive-through, I wonder, or is it just closed?
I think it was probably just closed.
So confused. The fact that he had
No. Some of them don't have drive-throughs. So, yeah, there's some restaurants that,
McDonald's?
There's an El Pollo Loco in Riverside that doesn't have a drive-through, and everybody avoids it because they don't want it. They want to go to the drive-through. Hey, Cheryl.
Oh.
I was like, who's the sleepwalker? It looks like Cheryl.
What?
Cheryl has a different name. I didn't know who it was. I was like, that looks like Cheryl, but it says...
Oh, is that you, Cheryl from Van Nuys?
That's Cheryl.
That is a different name. Did you change your name, your Instagram handle? Shout out, Cheryl. See you in New York very soon. I think Cheryl leaves Wednesday, I'm pretty sure. We'll be there Thursday. She leaves Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, so my flight takes off 5:45 a.m. I don't land in New York until 4 o'clock.
Yes. Yeah. So I leave at 5. Oh, shout out. I leave at 5:40. Let's see who this is. Oh, Cheryl wants to come on. We'll let you on for a second, Cheryl. We hope the signal doesn't split up. It does sometimes. Is anyone else going to BravoCon?
Hi, ladies.
Did you change your name?
I did, because no one could pronounce somnambulous. It's a hypnosis term. So I just decided to change it to the meaning of it instead.
Nice.
That's a good idea, because that word was way too fancy for me.
I know, and it's people that change your name all the time. You guys should relate.
Yeah.
Jeff Lewis Stalker.
I know.
By the way, I thought it was a hilarious name. So did Jeff. I just changed it to it,
I tried to talk you out of that name, remember?
I love it. Still to this day. Jeff Lewis Stalker. Love it. I think it's funny.
So you guys all packed for BravoCon?
Not yet.
No.
What?
I don't pack to the last minute. I did start pulling stuff. I went shopping again today with a friend who's like my fashion guide. Soon I will I'll FaceTime with her. She only lives like 20 minutes from me. We'll FaceTime and we'll put all the outfits together. Because right now there's a lot of parts that can like work with multiple things. So
yeah. Well, I did a lot of advanced shopping, and then I heard Andy say today, don't spend a lot of money in advance because you got to buy some stuff at BravoCon. Like there's going to be She by Sheree and all these other fashion people. I don't know if Sonia's line is going to be there, but I'm bringing my, American
I think
Express
all
card.
the Bravo celebrities are going to be at the bazaar.
I know. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Are you guys?
I can't believe we're leaving so soon. It's crazy.
So excited. Oh my God. So I ordered the $272 She by Sheree hoodie weeks ago when the site crashed and then finally came back up. That shit ain't even shipped yet. It's not even going to be here in time for BravoCon.
Oh. Yeah.
Shit.
I think she's going through a lot of growing pains, but that's okay. We still love her.
For how long, though? My God.
I know, but it's going to be the fall spring 2023 collection.
I know, but I need to wear it in New York at BravoCon, not Houston where it's hot.
You're going to wear it next year.
No one's even going to know what it is. I think I'm going to bring my Shout Out Shane t-shirt.
Yes.
I think I'm going to bring that. I might wear it on the plane. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to wear my Real by Real for Real, Shannon, my leggings.
What is it, real as fuck? What does it say?
Yeah, they've got lemons on them, and it says, like, real for fuck, and they were like $85.
Real for fuck?
Or something. It says fuck you, something like that. It says something on the leg.
Oh my God. I thought T for D was bad, but
I know.
Wow.
Well, it's F, and then it has a lemon, and then CK.
Okay.
I think. I just tried them on yesterday, for sure.
You know, I was just thinking about getting a plain white t-shirt and taking a black marker and put going to BravoCon on it.
I love it.
And then you could have them all sign it, Cheryl. To bring a
Oh
pin
my
and be
God,
like,
that's a great idea.
sign my
That
shit.
is a great idea. Even if you don't wear it, you can have one shirt that all the Bravo
Yes.
can sign.
I've got an extra large white t-shirt. I don't know where it came from. Some like one night stand probably.
You go, girl. You go, girl. Well, we're going to get off. We will see you in New York City, Cheryl.
Okay, I can't wait.
She's going to wrap things up with music, and then we'll get off and see you tomorrow night.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Oh,
Tanner
we didn't
asked,
talk about Michael from Dance Academy, Kelly. I know you want to talk about that.
It was weird. I feel like Andy figured it out. Like, I don't know. He said something like, I don't know if he said it was a bit, but there was something he said that indicated that he knew what was going on. Did you hear that?
Well, but he also, instead of going with it and acting confused, he was like, oh, yeah, I love, what's the girl's name that he was saying he dated?
Yeah, I didn't. Angela.
He was saying, she and I, and then he was saying, I love doing he totally went along with it instead of whatever. I almost felt like he thought Jeff was taking jabs at him.
Yes.
Because I think he felt like the technical difficulties really was a bit.
Yes.
But like I said, the technical difficulties were definitely not a bit. I got that confirmed. Jeff was very annoyed by it. It was definitely not a bit. So the ones that DM me, it was not a bit.
Jeanne says, do not wear your nasty pants. But it doesn't say F-U-C-K. It says F-lemon C-K. So I think you'll be fine.
We don't let people on with offensive words. Oh, yeah. It's that's what I was thinking, that I wouldn't want to wear them in an airport because there's kids and, families on a flight.
Right.
It says on the leg of the whatever, but I think I'll wear them in New York City because New York City,
Who cares? One more
and
time.
I may bring them and never wear them.
What day are you leaving for BravoCon?
I leave Thursday morning, me and Kim, and my flight's at 5:40 a.m. But we take a direct flight. We land at 10 a.m.
I'm so jealous. Tanner was asking. We all leave on Thursday, Tanner, super early in the morning.
Woo-hoo, and don't leave until Monday. See, we won't miss a bit. Sunday night, we've got Watch What Happens live tickets. So some people are leaving. Huh?
How are we going to do the lives on Thursday?
Thursday will be easy. It's Friday that'll be hard.
Okay. And
Friday will be hard because
Monday too, because I think I fly out. I don't know when I land. We'll have to talk about it, but
we'll figure it out. Make sure you're following me and Kelly both, and make sure you hit the bell button above our names and click to be notified when we post or when we go live. Because if we see MJ walking beside us, we're going to be like, hey, MJ, will you go live with us? And she'll say, yes, I'm sure of it, if she has time. She's amazing. So if we see Bravo celebrities and they have a second to go live with us, we're going to ask them. If not, we're going to video and post it whenever we can.
Yeah, especially when we're in the bazaar, I feel like we're going to see a lot of people. And so I don't know if we'll go live because it's so crazy, but definitely we'll get content.
Yes. I mean, and you know what? For everyone that's wondering, BravoCon has made it very clear. Video, take pictures. The only thing they're prohibiting is people that are like professional cameras set up, like TMZ type bullshit, which we're not. We're just fans. We are. Do not look for us to record like the Legends Ball for you.
No,
I am not going to impose on that because, for one thing, I paid for the damn Legends Ball.
You want to be present.
I'm not going to sit there and record. I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, you want to be present. Absolutely.
But I'm also not going to. I'm not going to YouTube shit for people to, to see. They got to be there to experience it all. But we will totally be going live and recording a lot and getting lots of content for you. So,
absolutely.
Anyways, wrap it up with music. It was so good.
We had some 80s throwbacks. We had Mickey by Tony Basil. And then we had Burning Up, Love, Madonna, which is one of my favorite songs.
Me
in the 4th grade. I did a karaoke at a sleepover.
4th grade?
And if you see the video.
You remember that.
And if you see the video, it's very hot. She's rolling around in the street in like in like skimpy clothes, and my mother was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, well, we will see you back tomorrow. The guest tomorrow is
Dolores Catania,
which he really got along with last time she was on. They really sounded like really good friends. I love that. I think it'll be good.
Wednesday, Margaret. Thursday, Luann. Friday, Lisa
Barlow. Oh, my God. Okay, thank you for joining us. We'll see y'all tomorrow night at 6 o'clock California time.